the Bloodlines progression walkthrough. Alright, so I'm starting at the Rain Village. You can start at any village really. I'm just starting here because I like, like all their stuff. I like the location and all that, and everything's relatively close. So whatever village you decide to start at, because you get started at Durana or Sarithia a lot of the times. So pick either one, or you can pick any other village you want. I'm at the Rain Village, which is that way. So from Sarithia, this way, you walk that way, basically. From the chakra point, you just face this way, essentially. But that doesn't really help you. So what you want to do first is, you spawn in. So find this place. It's different in every village. And you just walk in, this guy's your Kage, whoever it is, different every week. Basically just talk to them, join their village. You can talk to them. I'll tell you to come over here, talk to this guy. Then you ask, can I become a member of the village? You become a village member. Then come over here and then you talk to this guy. He said, can you help me? And then he gives you money. Unless your, village is poor, I guess. But most of the time they give you money. Alright, so it gives you 100 Rio. This is real. This is acumen. This is used for extending your, mode. Make it last longer. So I got the Hyuga clan. So I'd have a Byakugan, Uchiha, would have Sharingan, stuff like that. So with the 100 Rio, go to a chakra point and get substitution, chakra chi jump, chakra feet, aerial heavy attack, and triple jump. And that basically is the base stats, and then you want to get chakra dash, chakra charge after you get Rio. So once you finish that, essentially go up to your quest board and pick any thing. These are ranked on difficulty. They're not really hard, but I played the game a little. But so first you can pick defeat a bandit, and since I'm Rain Village, I have to go beyond water. So chakra feet helps a lot, and I'll just cut to over there. Okay, so I made it. Rain Village back there. Type. So this question mark is where your location for your thing it will be for your quest. So if mine is defeat a bandit, so he'll spawn in, and alright. And what you can do in this game, because you don't have to constantly hold C, what you can do is you can press C, and then once after pressing C, you can hold down C, and then press escape, let go of C, and then let go of escape. Well, don't let go of escape, just press it again to get out of the Roblox menu. And this will infinitely charge your chakra, making substitutions easy, and allowing you to, charge your chakra constantly. I do recommend not walking around with feet on, because it drains chakra when you get into combat. So, from the Rain Village, over here is Bo Bay. Basically, as a freshie, you want to do everything that you have to do, and be able to do before everyone starts jumping you. Once Arc Aroma's blessing goes away, and basically what Arc Aroma's blessing is it doesn't prevent them, but they don't get anything. They actually get negative stuff if they kill you, and it will save you a few times while you have Arc Aroma's blessing. So this is Bo Bay. This is for stuff for kunais and stuff like that. So over here is Windy Plains 1, which is next to Sarithia, and over there, so this is the gateway. So that house up there, okay, I'll just show you. So over there is where Sarithia technically is, and that hole in the wall that you just saw was moon thing, a moon quest line, which you can do by killing Kratos and getting the bracelet. So yeah. So basically just get every chakra point you see. Windy Plains 1, Sarithia is right up here. And like I said, Rain Village, is across that way. Sarithia is right up here. You know, boom, Cerithia. Okay, so now what you want to do is, you have to do this in order to get stamina skill tree and, you know, your fighting skill tree. So what you want to do is go from Cerithia, that checkpoint down there, go through this gate over here, go down, and you're going to have to make your way all the way up there. So, shouldn't be too hard, you know, if you've been following it up until now. Just go up here, you know, press space on the tree. It gives you a chocolate tree jump, which boosts you higher. And you want to get these two people's quests, so you just want to talk to them. She'll tell you to go down there and punch the log 1,000 times. You don't actually have to do that. That's not the point. So I'll explain. So for this guy, you have to go find his bells, and for her, you have to go down there. So for the bells, what you want to do is you want to climb up this tree, and go right here, jump up, and get on top of this rock, and then walk over this mountain, and then you're gonna see this in the wall, like a hole in the wall. Double chakra jump, dash, chakra jump, because when you dash, it recharges your jumps. So you can do 2 dashes, dash, and then do two more jumps. So go down, you know, the staircase, grab this, grab the bells, and then that's all for now. Now you want to go back up here. And also, Archeron's Blessing doesn't fade until you either break 3 chakra points. The max in this game is 4 for 4 skill trees. Yeah, so max is 4. Once you break 3, it loses it. And also, once you get to a certain age, you loses it. So this is for a quest line. This is for Eno. I'll get to that eventually. But essentially, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to M1 these logs. And after, you know, an undisclosed amount, you know, any amount of M1s, guy will spawn in from the log. Kill him. Yeah, hold on. Just kill him. And essentially, once he's dead, once you kill him, his armor will break, and that means that if they're low, his armor will break. Grab the shard, broken leaf armor, you know, and then make your way back up to the 2 people up there. And also, in here, if you're running a weapon, which I'm not going to be, I'm going to be running Fist, haha, Metamance, you can talk to this guy, and he will take a chakra shard and soulbound your weapon for you, basically, so you'll never drop it when you die. But basically, you know, you can go up here. Back there, that's actually a door most of the time. Press E on the door and any NPC to interact with them. And then basically you talk to this guy, he'll give you a stamina scroll. You know, parkour scroll, same thing. And then talk to her, and she will give you a combat scroll, which is needed for, you know, your weapon stuff. So they give you chakra fragments too, which you need for progression. You know, also for the guy down there to soulbound your weapon. That is a chakra point right there, chakra point. From here, a chakra point that you should try to unlock, or well, you really should unlock, is Windy Plains 2 and 3. However, I've never, you know, seen Windy Plains 3, but I've been told it's a thing. I don't know, look it up. But essentially, you just come over here and walk in this, you know, this door, you know, right here, boom. Chakra point unlock. You want to break this one. This will be your first one that you break because it's pointless. You know, nobody comes here. So this door right here is for Uzumaki's, so don't even worry about it. So yeah, basically, you know, just make your tier ones. Ironically enough, not the boss ones that requires a little bit more experience, but you know, you get there pretty quickly. Okay, so you can take Kratos, which is a very easy boss. Super easy boss, gives you a chakra fragment. Very quick, very cool, you know, all that. So, essentially, just go to, you know, the checkpoint. I'll just cut to that. So, at the checkpoint, and he'll spawn in, hold block, and to signify his attacks, you'll hear that, which is basically him charging up, that wood creaking sound. Once you hear it block, get in 3 or 2 M1s, and then just block, wait till it finishes, hit him again, 3 to 2 times, however much you're comfortable with. And just do this, a bunch. And he's a very quick and easy boss, pays out a good amount of Rio. If you get hit like that, you can just chakra sub. And then, just keep doing this until he dies. Just so you know, this boss does take a little to, beat, but it's very doable. It's pretty simple and easy. There you go, like his armor just cracked right there. And now all you have to do is just hit him a little bit and he should be dead soon. And, just make sure to sub out of his moves. There you go, he's dead. Pick up this bracelet that he drops and follow me. Or, well, I guess this is the Rain Village, Leading out from the Rain Village, all you have to do is go from, Rain Village, or when you play in 1, which is which is, in there, when you play in 1 right there. Walk through this gap. Wall climb. It also replenishes, your wall jumps. Now all you have to do is talk to her. Press E to start the, dialogue. Spam E, and it'll, it'll do the thing for you, basically. And if it doesn't, then just talk to her again, and it'll take her thing, and she'll go away. And then she flies away. There is a little loot spot right here. You can get these for to sell. They don't sell for much, so just be advised. Now then, you should have enough Rio from doing that to break a chakra point. So just follow this, and now all you have to do is go to Windy Plains 1, whatever chakra point works for you. Go to Windy Plains 1. Don't destroy this one. Go to Windy Plains 2 and destroy this chakra point. And now you have a chakra shard. And basically what a chakra shard does is it allows you to unlock a certain skill path. So basically what I have, I got this, and so breaking a chakra point gives you 25% chakra link every single time you do it. And doing that will give you a trait. Some traits are good, some traits are bad. Most people just roll for like angelic rescues and stuff like that, which is basically like, people play for the void in this game, which is an instant kill. So just be advised on that. So now what you can do is, go to another chakra point, and you get 1 chakra point to destroy every single age up. So just be advised, you can't just go around breaking chakra points, so you have to wait. But this does give you a lot of time to do your quests and stuff like that, and get a lot of Rio and chakra fragments. So what you can do is you can click skills, and you can click whatever one you want. So going up here, and clicking this would unlock another part that would do chip damage for block, and then that leads to other skill trees, which is like weapons, kunai, stuff like that. But for me, I'm going weighted kick, and for the purpose of the video, I am, I guess I'll unlock it in a second, but I'll show you guys. So basically, now I have weighted kick, and that's basically what it does. So now you can go and sit on the chakra point, go back to whatever village you have, and try to do these quests. I'll explain them. So what the Mondo boss is a big ass snake. And so you can cheese this boss by getting up on a ledge and hitting the top of her head or any part of her body. But when her head lines back, she'll do like a poison blast. Block that, and then just keep on hitting her, and that's the only thing she can hit you with. Defeat a boss will either give you a boss that either punches you or has a sword. Simple, once you find their attack patterns and begin to parry them. Bandit camp is 3 bandits start jumping you. Crate delivery is a crate delivery, so to any NPC on the map. I don't recommend this one. It takes a long time, and it's just not worth it. So essentially, just do whatever one you want. I'm gonna go do bandit camp. Okay, so bandit camp, defeat a boss, Kratos, Manda, and corrupted point. All of those give you a chakra fragment, which you need for your moves and progression, stuff like that. Progression in this game takes a little while. It's fun though. I do recommend joining like a Discord server or some sort of thing that you can be around people. Have them in your server to help you if you're getting jumped. It's really useful as like a beginner, or just like if you're just like you want to play the game. Be safe. So all you have to do, beat these guys up. I'm kind of getting whooped actually. Hold on. Just beat these guys up and okay, stop. Just beat them up, and they'll die, and quest over. That's all. I'm kind of getting whooped though, so you're gonna have to wait, kind of, And then, okay, so beat her. Okay, I don't know how she's beating me. She's dead. Quest over. You get Rio. You get Acumen. Acumen isn't needed for now, so just make sure to stack that up. Acumen is needed for like the final moves of your skill tree, whatever you decide to go. So just do that. And I'm gonna do all of my missions and stuff like that. So I'll cut to the part where. So I'll just cut to the part where I what's it called? Finish. You know what I mean? I will actually. Alright, so I'm cutting back to show you. So I took the defeat a boss quest line, and essentially what this boss is, this is the Barbarian. You need this for the Genin completion quest. So his attack pattern is simple. He does punches, and he'll do this jump move. All you have to do, is jump last second before he hits you. And then parry all of his punches. He does like 4 punches, and then he'll get knocked like this, and you just... This is the entire boss fight. It's not really a boss. Just do this over and over again, and then he'll eventually die. Quest over. He drops. What he does drop is a at Fort Mellow, which I'll get into later. But for now, freshy stuff. So I won't try to like. Okay. Oh, actually, this is great. So basically, what this means is that a tailed beast has spawned in the server. Essentially what you can do is if you're like high level, stuff like that, you can go and get the tailed beast. So all you have to do is go to it and just beat it up. It's simple, but it's not. Go fight it with go with run, because it's very hard. You're bound to not solo it unless you have wood really. But getting wood is a little tedious, but it's doable. Oh no. Okay, so these bosses do have a lot of HP, and since I'm not running a weapon, I'm beating them with my bare fist, so it takes a lot longer than what it actually should. Until I get like the chakra punches and stuff like that. Later on in the skill tree, I need enough Rio though. So I'll have to farm up for that, but his armor breaks. I get hit, you know, it's not really like part of the... You get the point. Okay, I'm kind of selling, actually. I need to lock in before I die. You do have one free save every single time you load into the game with Arcaromos. With Arcaromos. If you don't have Arcaromos, then you'll just die. And that comes after, you know, 2 chakra point breaks. Stuff like that. So, essentially, boom. Boss will be... Okay, I just got armor broken. I need to lock in, or else I'll die. Okay, there you go. Boss is dead. You know, simple pattern, you know, very ping-based kind of. Okay, so, after doing, you know, a few quests, doesn't take too long, it'll take you to do the gunning exams. And what the gunning exams are is, you know, a quest to become a Genin, or a Chunin, or a Jonin, and then an Anbu, and then a Kage, if you really, you know. Getting Anbu is still something. And Jonin, I guess. Jonin is for, like, you run around, start gripping people. You know, stuff like that. You know, doing quest boards, stuff like that, you know. So all you have to do is just, you know, I recommend doing it, because it gives you extra 10 health. Very niche, very nice, very cool. So what you want to do is you want to go talk to your village's Kage. Well, not your village's Kage, but the dude in the room with the Kage. Who, you know, the leader. This guy. You talk to him. And, you know, you'd be like, I want to take an exam. And then, boom, Genin. So for the Genin quest, he tells you to defeat the Barbarian. The Barbarian is the NPC sitting by the cave in Windy Plains 1. You know, simple boss fight. And, you know, it's nothing crazy. Now then, I do recommend getting armor. So, one thing you can do, you know, get your move. And then you can go to Biobay. And this armor isn't good for, you know, like HP and stuff. It's just a, you know, it's a decent starter armor. It's good for running around. So, you know, right here, you can get Zabuza's armor. Click on it, you know, boom, you have it. I'm kind of beat up, though. So the only thing this armor is really good for is walking and being fast. Purely for running, purely your running armor, doesn't really give you HP. That comes with, like, stuff that you do later on in leveling up and stuff like that. So now what you can do is you go to Windy Plains 1, and when you're here, he will spawn right there. He's not here, obviously. This guy probably killed him. You'll spawn right there, and you can go kill him and come back to your guy in your village. The guy in the Kage's room, and you can talk to him, and he will help you, you know. So, also, some chakra points will be disabled because you are at war with another village. So, I'm in Rain, and we're at war with Sarithia because Sarithia is a fraud village. But all you have to do, you know, go do these quests, all of them. I'll show you how to do the Mondo boss. Simple, to be honest. Really is simple. Okay, so since I'm going Taijutsu, so I recommend if you're going to go to Taijutsu, be either Lee or Hyuga. Those are the two best clans for, you know, this build, or this clan. Now, I will say, fighting the Mondo boss will take a little while. It'll take about 2 or 3 minutes because of, you know, stuff, you know, like you have to do a lot to, you know, kill it. It's a big boss. It's an A-ranked mission, but it's fine, you know. So basically, this is Rose Bay, and Rose Bay has a chakra point right here. That's the Akatsuki hideout, which only opens like bad people, basically. So, once she spawns in, just run away. Just run away, and you can go. Okay, there's 2 ways to do this. There's multiple ways to do this actually. So you can either go in this tree, which, you know, is hitting her head. You don't have to. You just have to be not on floor level. just be able to hit her in the head. See that move where she blinds back and releases poison? Yeah, that's the move you want to block. Other than that, you can just sit here and M1 her the whole time, and she can't really do anything about it. Except, you know, that. But it's a relatively... Okay, I need to lock in, but it's a relatively easy boss fight. Just, you know... Just hit her up, you know. Oh, she jumped. Okay. But, you know, just you know, sit here, block the poison attack. You don't have to hold it down. Once you block it once, you can let go. Like shown. You know, just walk. You know, just do the boss fight. You know, turn on some YouTube in the background, you know, to farm, just for farming, you know. For your first 2 chakra points, my first 2 recommendations would be to go for your weapon and whatever attunement. I said attunement. And whatever, you know, chakra nature you want. So, you know, like fire, wind, whatever. I might run wood. Might, keyword. You know, it's just, it's really whatever. I have to get a lot of, you have to get a lot of Rio in this game. So what you can do is you can get, make another account and make a fruit summoner. And basically, on that account, you can just, you know, summon fruits and sell them for a lot of money. You know, best money making method in the game. It's simple, really. It's super easy to do. You know, all that. You know, this boss fight does take a while, so it's gonna... I don't know. I'll just cut it out. But it's simple, to be honest. Whenever you get hit by a poison, you can just chakra sub out of it. Honestly, it's super easy. Okay, I blocked, but it's whatever. Okay, I didn't even block that one, but it's whatever. Okay, so that was her armor breaking. Means she's essentially close to, you know, to getting beat. Just, you know, keep hitting her. You know, eventually she'll just disappear. Yeah, so just, you know, it takes a while, 2 to 3 minutes, like I said. Disappear. Yeah, so just, you know, it takes a while, 2 to 3 minutes, like I said. Yeah, just don't die. Yeah, you can't get gripped even if you get knocked, so just stay. You'll be fine even if you do get knocked. I just recommend, you know, just cheesing it like this. Makes it a lot easier. She doesn't drop anything unless you do the actual boss fight. There's just a quest board, but in the dungeon in Durana, you know, she drops her snake skin, which can be used for stuff like that. Anyway, she drops a lot of money when you beat her. So now what I'm going to do, since I'm running Fist, right, I go to Bio Bay, and what I can do is I can go down here, and back here, what you want to do from this, you want to turn right and talk to this guy. And click yes, ask can I get one, boom, he'll give you this chakra bone, if you're running Fist, of course. You only need this if you're doing like chakra sensing and stuff. But, okay, now what you can do is, you know, also if your armor's broken, I recommend healing it, you know, just do whatever you want, it doesn't really matter, it's your choice. But basically go over here, go back to the chakra point, but I do recommend selling your stuff to this guy, if you have like, you know, trinkets, stuff like that. It doesn't sell for a lot, but you know, it's whatever. Gems sell for a lot more, so just farm those up. if you want to, by doing like the easy bosses in this game, not like the crazy ones. Okay, so what you can do is, skills, and what I can do is I can get my Chakra Punch, which makes me do increased damage, and then I can get Dynamic Entry, which, is a move, and then I can get Lion's Barrage, so forth, so on, and this allows me to lock the 8 gates, essentially, if I'm lead. Also, I think if I... Okay, so for this build, what I can do is go Fist. This doesn't actually, don't even, I'm just not even going to put this in the video. Well, so, essentially just do all your board quests till you age up. Okay.